A loud vehicle going by upstairs. Could hear that all the way in the freaking basement. Yeah, there was the logo for a company that probably isn't around anymore. I ain't never seen that logo in any other games. What's chasing that lady? We may never know. The world may never know. Just like that commercial. I guess they're not gonna tell us. Anywho, it's Castlevania. Castlevania Avenue. We'll start a new game. I can't decide. We'll just do easy, I guess. You can only get one character at the start. That's kind of underwhelming. And it's not even one of the good characters. Where's Simon Belmont? Who the heck is this Cornell? That's a university. That's a terrible thing that's not funny. Fuck that. Okay, so we got a hallway in first person. Kobe, like the beef. That's my impression of you laughing at these hilarious jokes. It's kind of difficult to see right now. I've got my laptop tilted in such a way that there's a bit of a glare and it's difficult to see at times. Well, those night costumes, or whatever you want to call them, looked rather Castlevania-esque. I don't think we'll get to see him again in this playthrough, though. Okay, funny voices, here we go. Oh, never mind, well. I don't even know how to do any funny voices. I'm just trying to think. I can do like a high-pitched nerd voice. I'm trying not to say it because the inspiration for that voice, it's not something I want to say on the internet. Because you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Well, anyway, maybe I should just do this episode tomorrow. There doesn't seem to be much to say at the moment. Not much to say. Anyway, so it's Castlevania and its terrible camera. Out of the two N64 Castlevanias, this one's considered to be the better one, believe it or not. I guess people's standards were just a bit lower back then. So it's very clunky and difficult to control. But we'll get used to it because we're big boys. Big old boys. What the heck was that? What does that mean? So you got a slashing move you can do. You don't have the whip, the iconic Castlevania whip. It's nowhere to be found with this character, unfortunately. Taking away all the things that made the series what it is. Look at me complaining about something that came out in 1997. Who the hell cares? It's like that clip of Family Guy you always see on your YouTube recommendations with, "Oh my god, who the hell cares?" And it's so popular because all the 15-year-olds that watch it can relate because, you know, they can apply that to their school or whatever. And, haha, that's me in social studies class. Haha, that's me in don't stick your tongue in an electrical outlet class. Okay, so anyway, there was a button to turn you into a werewolf, and I pressed that by accident because I was just testing all the buttons. Immediately, I don't quite remember what the werewolf does, probably just stronger hits and perhaps higher defense. Just something basic like that. Perhaps they explained it more in depth later on, but I wouldn't count on it. Okay, we're having a heck of a time trying to get up this mast. Gotta rotate the mast. Cornell is at half mast. Don't say that, that's terrible. Anyway, let's talk about funny videos. I like funny videos. I saw something fairly recently. There's one of the songs from Moana. and it's the song was originally called "What Can I Say Except You're Welcome," and somebody changed the title, so it was called "What Can I Say Except the N-Word." I like that like nerdy, high-pitched voice they do with it, especially when it's unexpected. It's like, "What can I say except the N-word?" Nah, the real thing's funnier, as is usually the case. Okay, here's where the platforming gets a bit tricky, assuming we're even supposed to go this way. If you can't tell, it's very difficult to get oriented here. We can't just shimmy across. Probably not gonna have any items that are gonna help us. Why did I pause it for this long? What was I trying to do? What on earth are those donkeys trying to do? Go to the beach, they're already there. Walking around with an innocent air. God damn it. This game controls like shit. Okay, we've got a spooky ghost. Like that episode of South Park, there was a spooky ghost in here. You know, I just now noticed that I think there's some kind of day and night feature going on with this game, because the color of the background seems to be changing. Somehow, I never noticed that until now. Of course, I haven't played this game too much. Has that white line on the side of the screen always been there? I feel like that just came up just now. Holy hell, is that distracting. What even is that? Maybe I can crop that out. If I do crop it out, you won't know what I'm talking about. What's he talking about? Oh my god. Oh my god, Stacy. What is the Let's Player talking about? Castlevania 64. Castlevania 64? What am I even saying? None of the cool young people in 2019 care about Castlevania 64. In fact, it would be very strange if they did. Did the cool young people even care about this when it was new? Oh yeah, I've got a knife throwing move that I can do. Yeah, I did that a couple of times a minute ago. Just a neat thing to demonstrate. Yeah, so yeah, long distance range. Get these sea monsters out of here. There was a certain Castlevania game that seemed to have a greater prevalence of sea monsters. It was one of the SNES ones, not Castlevania 4, but, help me out here. I think it was Castlevania Dracula X, or maybe it was Rondo of Blood. It was you guys know what I'm talking about, probably. Oh no, it's a crabman. Giant enemy crabs deal massive damage, as they say. Yeah, that was... Why did he say that? Those video game spokespeople just do not know how to appeal to their audience, unfortunately. But that's just the way she goes. Hey, you guys remember that conference? Giant enemy crabs deal massive damage. And then there was, it's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer. And who could forget the PS3 will cost $599 US. He said it with a certain tone. I didn't get it right. $599 US. That was a meme for a while. 3 memes came out of a single press conference. Just what a spectacular failure. Okay, so I guess you weren't supposed to grab onto that thing. I guess I couldn't figure that out the first time. But that's okay. All is forgiven in the land of Castlevania 64. In the land of milk and honey. What is the land of milk and honey supposed to be a reference to anyway? Okay, that line that I was complaining about on the side of the screen kind of shrunk down on the edges a bit. I'd imagine once the camera refocuses, it'll revert to its original size. Just gotta get through this cutscene first. Cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. Cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. Yep, there it goes. I guess it's just part of the game. We're just gonna leave it. I'll review this footage later to see if that was original. Okay, it went away when we paused. So that means something, I guess. Anywho, we're gonna need full health for this boss up here. 'Cause he's a tough one. Not really, I don't know why I said that. And the water is an instant death. So I guess there wasn't much of a reason for us to really use that health item. Something I ate is not agreeing with me all of a sudden. Feeling a bit nauseous and I get a burning sensation in my insides. Something ain't digesting well. Okay, now let's use the meat product. They called it a roast beef, but I ain't calling it that. Because real roast beef don't look like that. I'd say that looked more like a mutton. What is mutton anyway in terms of what kind of animal it is? That is a question that I will ask the internet later, provided I remember. So anywho, I feel like this boss battle was designed more for a 2D game than a 3D game, because even though it's 3D, you're still confined to this very narrow path, and honestly, we're really only moving in two directions. I guess developers still had to figure these things out. Oh hey, wait, this is the same guy who attacked our boat earlier with the crab hands. Mr. Krabs hands. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. Yeah, he's pretty tough. Well, I don't know why I keep saying that. He's not that bad. It's just the first boss. The hell's wrong with me? Why would I say such a thing? So, I'm kind of surprised this episode's almost over. It doesn't seem to be wrapping up. Guess I closed off the footage early. So I'm going to see Joker tomorrow, even though it's already been in theaters for like a month. So that'll be real exciting. Probably. Yeah, going to see a movie. So, do you see the thing where people are trying to find the staircase from the movies? So then, I want to be like the Joker. I want to go down a flight of stairs. I can only find it in that one spot. Anyway, there's going to be more Castlevania eventually, but not for a while. Because I haven't recorded the rest of the episodes yet, and we've got a bunch of other episodes recorded in the backlog, so at the rate I pump these out, it's probably going to be like a month or two before you see the rest of it. But as I've said before, nobody watches this crap, so I doubt it's going to matter.